Hi everyone, Happy New Year! It is officially 2023 and me and Oakland are getting our New Year started by going on a walk. One of the big things I want to do this year is walk more often. I said it last year and then I didn't really do it that much. So hopefully, and I just came up with this, so honestly I'm not sure I'm going to follow through with it, but I'm going to try and record like a little video talking on all of my walks, so that I can just kind of hold myself accountable, but also maybe it'll be entertaining to you. And if anyone else has similar goals, we can stay in it together. Maybe I'll motivate you a little bit, it'll keep me motivated. So yeah, this is my first walk, 2023. We're literally just walking down my block. It is a little hilly, so I'm a little out of breath. But yeah, we're holding ourselves accountable, so that's good. So I want to talk a little bit about plans and goals I have for this new year. I feel like I've set goals for myself every single year, which is good, but I'm sure like many of you, I don't always follow through with them. And something I've really done a lot of thinking about over the past year is how my goals are always like focused on like the result and not the process, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. But it kind of made me not as motivated, because if I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to see, I often gave up, which I feel like obviously isn't what you want to happen with setting those goals. So this year I'm trying to like focus on the process of things. And yeah, I still have goals about like where I want to be, but hopefully it will keep me a little more motivated focusing on the process instead. I have some really excited things planned for this year. I finally finished school. I finished my master's program in May. I am literally so excited to be done with school. I really wanted this extra year to like spend more time with my friends, have school for another year, like take advantage of breaks and things like that. But honestly, my master's program has absolutely kicked my butt, and I'm just ready to not have to worry about homework ever again. And hopefully just move on to another chapter of my life. And I do think I'll be sad when it's coming to an end, but this particular program and this stage of my life, I'm ready for it to come to a close. Another thing I'm really excited for, and is a huge bonus of my program, is that we get this global business experience trip. Basically, it's just an opportunity for us to learn about like how business is operating in other countries. And the country I was assigned to is Singapore, which is very exciting because I've never been to Asia, and I've never even been to Europe until this year. So it will be really cool to see somewhere new in the world that I might have not seen had I not been in this program. And even more exciting than that, it lines up with our spring break. So we get a week off before the trip. So I'm actually going to Bali the week before with a group of my friends, which will be so amazing. I'm so excited. So that will be a very exciting 2 weeks. Literally cannot wait for the warm weather in the middle of March. Right after I finish school, I'm going on a trip with my family to Disney World. I'm so excited for that. I actually am treating my mom and my little brother to this trip. I worked really hard 2020 and actually booked a trip for us to go, but right after my undergrad graduation. But unfortunately I got COVID, so we had to reschedule. So we're rescheduling for this May, which will be very exciting. And I love being able to take them there, and yeah, it will be fun. After I graduate, I'm going to come back home for a few months, relax, reset, apply to some jobs, and kind of see where that takes me. And then in September, me and Andy, when he is done with his work, and like right after Labor Day, we're gonna go on a little trip. We actually haven't picked where yet, but we are going to in the next few days, and I'll take you along for that as well. But we're talking about maybe going to like the Scandinavian area, maybe going to Tokyo. We're big Disney fans, so we talked about like Disneyland Sea. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but the one in Tokyo. So yeah, we're gonna do something just to celebrate potentially my last time for a little bit, having some time off. And just with like school and everything, our schedules haven't really lined up for us to go on a trip like that. So it will be very exciting. And then after September, I'm hoping to move to New York City. But again, we'll see what happens. I'm open to opportunities. I'm honestly terrified to work, so we'll see what happens in the next year. Maybe my plans will change a little bit, and that's okay. And those are basically all the plans I have for 2023. Obviously, it's going to be a busy year, and I'm so excited for it. I thought after I went to Europe last year that I couldn't have a busier year, but this one's probably going to top it. Okay, me and Oakland are back in my house now, but I want to talk a little bit about my goals for 2023. Honestly, I feel like I learned so much about myself, about relationships and health, so much during 2022, and honestly, second half of the year was really rough for me in terms of a lot of those things. So this year I really am focused on goals that I think will make me better overall and will make my relationships better, my health better, things like that. So the first thing I'm focused on doing in 2023, it's actually a weird one I kind of just came up with out of nowhere, but I really want to become fluent in Spanish. I took Spanish in all throughout school until my sophomore year of college, and I absolutely loved the language. I loved learning it. I loved being able to speak to people from a different area of the world, and I just feel like it's such a useful skill and something I wish that I hadn't stopped learning. So that's something I'm really going to focus on and hopefully accomplish within the next year, and I just feel like it's something that's going to make me better overall. It's a challenge and something I'm interested in learning. So even though I'm going to be done with school, I really hope to get there in the next year. I don't know if I'm going to do Duolingo or Rosetta Stone. If anyone has any tips, I know a lot of people say watch shows in Spanish, but I don't know if I should ever turn on subtitles or just kind of wing it and hope that I understand what's going on. But yeah, if anyone has any tips on how to learn it within a year, that would be really helpful. I'm not going to limit myself within this year, but it's definitely a goal that I have for myself, pushing towards that in the next year. I also, like I mentioned, really want to walk more, be outside more, but I also talked a little bit about wanting to run more. I mentioned maybe doing 5K, but I don't want to focus as much on the outcome, but kind of the process of getting there. I have always hated running, and I don't really want to run, but I feel like it's a challenge that could make me better and could end up being something that I really enjoy if I do it right. Over the past year, I've been working out a lot. I did a lot of strength training in the beginning of 2022, and I did really enjoy strength training, but I feel like I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And again, not trying to make it about the results, but I did gain a lot of weight in 2020 that I am still kind of fighting to get off. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate with that. So strength training for me just wasn't giving me the results that I wanted, and also didn't make me feel great. My body was always sore, my joints, everything were starting to hurt when I was doing it so frequently. So I kind of want to switch to maybe a different method of doing it, and I feel like walking has been really great for me. A lot of times I go to the gym now and just do an incline walk, and I know that walking outside is great for your mental health, and I really enjoy when I do that. So just taking walks in the morning or runs, I feel like could be really good, and also will save me some money on a gym membership that I've been debating if I'm going to get or not. Either way, I just want to make sure that I'm being active and kind of committing to a better and healthier lifestyle, because I just feel like I've been so sedentary recently, especially when I'm home. It's so easy to get into that mentality, and in the winter. So I'm gonna try and keep moving all throughout the winter and kind of stay on top of that goal, because I know, again, especially when it's cold, the last thing I want to do is go outside and go for a walk. I also mentioned that I learned a lot about relationships in the past year, friendships in particular. I struggled with. I met a lot of new people in my program in the end of 2022, and I feel like that's just been an adjustment for me, learning about people from a lot of different areas and backgrounds and things like that. So something I really want to do in 2023 is just kind of approach all these relationships, meeting new people. If I'm moving to a new city, that's obviously a big thing as well. Just approaching relationships, situations with empathy, trying to figure out more of where people are coming from, because I feel like a lot of times, because I feel like I'm an empathetic person, but also just I love my friends. I've always loved my friends, and I will do anything for my friends. So a lot of times I fall into the mentality of why would you do that? I would never do something like that. But this year I kind of want to work on more of understanding where people are coming from. Obviously everyone comes from different backgrounds, different situations, and just kind of understanding that, I feel like will make me better overall, but will also improve my relationships. So that's a big thing I want to work on as well. Also, obviously with making this video, this is a little insight, but I really want to get into YouTube more. It's something I really enjoy. And I feel like I just haven't been putting the effort into it that I want to. So my goal is to film and post at least one video a week. I know I have a really busy schedule with my master's program, so I'm really going to try and hold myself to that because, again, it's something I enjoy, something I can see myself doing in the future. And again, it's something I want to do, and I feel like I keep pushing it off. I'm always like, well, I'll do it when I'm done with school. I'll do it when I'm home for break. I'll do it, I keep making excuses to start it later. But again, I feel like if 2022 has taught us anything, is that life is short. There's actually this motivational speaker I listen to all the time, Inky Johnson, and he's always like, you always say like, I'll do it next year. I'll do it tomorrow. And he's like, who promised you that? Like, who promised you that you have that opportunity to do that? Like, you can start today. And so my goal with these videos that I've been kind of pushing out, whether they're the best or not, I feel like I struggle with trying to like make them perfect. They're out there, and I'm going to keep posting, keep doing it, and hope that some of the darts I throw at the dartboard will land. And yeah, I'll keep doing it because I enjoy it. And that is my goal for this year. So those are all my goals for 2023. It's going to be a jam-packed year, but a very exciting one. I literally cannot wait for this fresh start. It's going to be a really good one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see more of all of you in the new year, and I hope you see more of me as well. So that's one of my goals. Thank you, and please share any of your goals in the comments as well. I love to hear more about what you guys got going on and what your goals are for this year, and also any suggestions you have for me in making sure I'm holding myself accountable, because that is something I struggle with. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.